Hey everybody, welcome to a Tuesday evening edition of Keith's Beer Reviews. As you probably noticed if you checked out my last video on my beer haul, I managed to pick up some Founders KBS, a beer I've never had before. I've heard great things about. The legendary, almost mythical KBS, aka Kentucky Breakfast Stout. I guess they just call it KBS now. It's so well known. A little bit from the website. It says what we've got here is an Imperial Stout brewed with a massive amount of coffee and chocolates and cave aged in oak bourbon barrels for an entire year to make sure wonderful bourbon undertones come through in the finish. Makes your taste buds squeal with delight. This is 11.2% ABV, 70 IBUs. It says availability April. Well, it's April. And I actually got 2 4-packs. Surprised the heck out of me. I was expecting to get one. So, really looking forward to trying this and setting some back for aging. Just your standard Founders cap. So, let me get this poured. I've been trying to get this for so many years. I almost drank one even without doing a review. But I figured I'll do my first one and do a review. Okay, pretty aggressive pour there. That is black. There's no light coming through there. Got a good finger of a really chocolate cocoa colored head. Really creamy looking. Really nice looking beer. It's obviously it's already leaving some lacing down the glass, and I haven't even drank anything. So let me get a nose on it. Okay, I'm getting chocolate right up front. I'm not getting a ton of bourbon. I'm getting a little vanilla and oak, evidently from the barrels. Some really sweet caramel, toffee, coconut. Not really getting a lot of coffee either. Do get a little, definitely dark chocolate. Maybe some sweet coffee, definitely not the dark bitter coffee that I'm used to anyway. As you notice, of course, 11.2%, that head is gone already. Really not getting a ton of the 11.2% on there, but it isn't totally hidden, but it's there. Getting some of the dark fruits, some date and plum, but I'm really not getting at least a lot of bourbon on the aroma, so let me give it a taste. Okay, I'm definitely getting the bourbon on the taste. Right up front there. Bourbon, the vanilla, the toffee sort of lead off, then there's a mixture of dark chocolate and milk chocolate there, caramel, little brown sugar in there. Dark fruits kick in about halfway through. Date, raisin, plum. Some really dry oak. The bourbon's not really as strong as I expected for something aged in bourbon barrels for a year, but it's there. It's noticeable. It may change with age. Like I said, I've never had it before, so I don't know what it's like fresh or aged. You do get a little bit of the alcohol on the finish, just that warming effect. Kind of like a shot of whiskey down on the way to your stomach or something, but you're not really getting it on the taste. I'm surprised for being this fresh and. For that much alcohol, I'm really not getting a lot of alcohol on the taste. There's a lot going on here. You got your chocolate. I'm getting a little more of that coffee. Again, almost like a sweet coffee, vanilla toffee. You get some bourbon undertones, but there's not really enough. A lot there. It's kind of hard to distinguish where one flavor profile starts and ends and another one begins, or it's really well blended. The finish is slightly bitter, although it doesn't feel like 70 IBUs or anything like that, and fairly dry. It's a medium full to full-bodied beer. Got a moderate amount of carbonation, but it's a really smooth, creamy drinking beer. So let me sit and sip on this a while. There's a lot going on here, so this is going to be a sipper for sure. So let me sit and sip on this a while, and I'll come back after a while with the final thoughts and grade. Okay, everybody, I'm back. It's been 45 minutes or so. I had put this bottle in the fridge for half an hour or so, so it didn't really get cold, but it did get cool. I've noticed as it's warmed up, it's still cool. It's not like room temperature yet, but it's cool. I think this is one that's meant to be imbibed warmer anyway. I noticed as it's warmed up, the bourbon notes have come out, but there's still not as much as I would expect for something that's been in bourbon barrels for a year in a cave somewhere. They do on their description on the website, it does says wonderful bourbon undertones come through in the finish. Well, that's where it is. They are definitely undertones. This is primarily you got your vanilla, you got your chocolate, you got your coffee, you got your toffee, you got your roasted malt, and then those bourbon undertones do come fairly prominent at the back end, along with that warmth from the alcohol. I'm still not really, surprisingly, for a beer this high in ABV and this fresh, I'm still not tasting it as much as I'm just feeling it on the on the exit. But darn good Imperial Russian Imperial Stout, I guess is what you could call it. Although they call it a breakfast stout. All it needs is a little smokiness and maybe a little bacon flavor, and it'd be a really good. You'd almost be drinking breakfast, but still darn good beer. I'm comparing it to the Expedition Stout, which I've had before in a few years, and the Bourbon County Stout, which I also had for the first time this year. And I think at least sometime, maybe when I want to get really hammered again, it's not going to happen. I'd probably do the Expedition, Bourbon County, and this, side by side. But yeah, I'd be slobbering and drooling before I got done. But I don't know what this is gonna. Like I said, never had it before. Never had it in any vintage or anything like that. So I don't know what it's like. So as a fresh Imperial Stout, it's damn good. Does it live up to the hype? It might, maybe with some aging. I don't think so. I don't think it does now. I've got, like I said, I'll have one more to drink, and then I'll sit the other 6 back and let them age, for a year, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, just to see what happens. It might reach that 10 point, but for now, the highly acclaimed KBS from Founders, for me, is going to get a 9.5 out of 10. Damn good beer. If you can get it, find it, well worth a try. You may like it better than me fresh. It may be a lot better aged. I don't know. So, till next time, everybody, cheers. let's keep drinking good beers.